Yo, what up? What it do? What it is? What y'all working with? You know what I'm saying? We back for another episode of Anything Under the Sun. I am one of your hosts, DJ Stu. You know, y'all go follow me on Instagram at DJ Stu Infinity. My old Instagram, 3Stu1, has been hacked. Like I said, last week it's been hacked since, hacked since last week, but I had that profile for a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? That profile was on since the beginning. That was the beginning. That was the first Instagram profile I ever had. Unfortunately, it's gone. But like I said, y'all can follow me at DJ Stu Infinity. Also, I got a gig coming up, New Year's Eve, so you're not doing nothing. Please come up to Richmond. Or if you're in Richmond, watching this from Richmond, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I mean. If you're in Richmond, Virginia, please pull up on your boy for New Year's. I'm doing a show for Scoozy. I'm not going to just be DJing. It's going to be live performances from a few local artists, 757, one of which is, Anything's very own Phil Me. He going to be performing. Few of his songs, maybe even give y'all a little sneak peek of the EP coming up. It's gonna be lit, yo. Make sure y'all catch us there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be lit, definitely. You know what I'm saying? It's the last of 2023. 2023 has been pretty wild. Not just for the pod. The pod's been doing good. You know what I'm saying? We had a little hiatus back in September around my birthday up to probably Halloween. Maybe a little after Halloween. But, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing good, yo. We definitely we close to 52 episodes in. I mean, we had already, like last week, I forgot to mention that December 19th, the day after we did last Monday's, was the year anniversary. So yeah, we've been up on this joint for about a year. You know what I'm saying? We made little strides. You know what I'm saying? Little goals have been met. But 2024, I plan on trying to having this thing definitely up and running a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have a studio at some point in time instead of just going live. I mean, we are on YouTube, so if you ain't catch the YouTubes, if you ain't catch the lives, like right now, they're going to be posted on YouTube. I still got to post a few more back on YouTube. Maybe we're just a little behind on that. But, you know what I'm saying, if you want to recap, we're going to try to also get on like Spotify, Pods, Apple Music Pod, anywhere where you can listen to podcasts. SoundCloud, we're going to have it up there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to try to grow, man. You know, just slow and steady. You know, slow and steady always wins a race, like they always say. So, yeah, bro, we getting somewhere. We gonna get somewhere. We don't gotta move fast. It's not a race. It's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely gonna try to make this shit happen. But like I said, 2024 it's gonna be a good year, better than last year, especially for me personally. Been through a lot this year, but I've overcame due to certain decisions I made. You know, I had a lot of things going on in my personal life, but it's all good, yo. You know, you gotta keep pushing. You can't just let certain shit in life like stop you or make things happen. Just because the road that you envision or certain paths you want to take, you gotta take alternative paths, and maybe that alternative path was gonna lead into the lessons that you was gonna learn in the first place. So that's how I'm taking it in 2023, because it's been cool. I mean, yeah, it's been cool. So this will be the last episode of 2023. Next week is going to be January. Because New Year's and Christmas is always a week away, which is cool. It's cool with me. I don't have no the New Year's resolution is to be better than next year. I told somebody that earlier today. I don't got no like real specific New Year's resolution, but it's always, pretty much when people make resolutions, it's always to be better than, you know what I'm saying, be better than the year previous. And I'm definitely Definitely better than last year. I mean, 2022. Shit, 2022 was kind of wild. I think I was a little. I think 2022. I was straight. I'm saying 2023. It was some hiccups. It was some bumps on the road. But like I said, I got through them, so I made it out. You know what I mean? I got gained some new experiences. I went to Vegas this year for the first time ever. I mean, granted, I had a good reason to go. I got a special. You know what I'm saying? I got people out there. I got my daughter out there. She's in Vegas, living with her mom, her brother and sister, and her yaya. You know what I'm saying? Grand G dad. You know what I'm saying? They all out there. Her uncles out there. All her uncles, all her granddad is out there. So it's like, I had a good reason to go. Vegas, like I said, Vegas is an interesting place. Like I've been telling people before, but yeah, this year's been. I can't believe how much stuff I've been through this year, or just what I had to endure. I made it turn into a positive and not a negative. I didn't. But we're gonna wait till everybody pile in here to get into the stuff we want to talk about. There's so much stuff going on around the world, and all kinds of news, whether it's tech, politics. We're gonna talk about anything that goes under this damn sun, cause shit, it seems like anything could happen. Let's see if we can get these mofos in here real quick. Oh, yeah. Taco Tuesday. Had me some good ass tacos. I went to Nostalgia Lounge. Got me some tacos. Got me on the train. All that shit. All that good shit. I was a little red. Back up. Yeah. And I had a little couple of drinks, you know what I'm saying? I was on that tequila today. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm saying, let's see. Um, there was some things I text the group chat. See. I had a few topics. I had a lot of shit. I had a lot of topics, man. I mean, for one, I know I wanted to talk about. I went out of town. It's Christmas Eve, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, I was on the road, damn near all day, and I was also at a game, at a football game. I went to a Carolina Panthers game, which I'm surprised that that's not even like the first game I ever went to. But Baltimore is a lot closer. However, I never caught since Baltimore. No, sorry, the Commanders are a lot closer. Since I never caught the Commanders playing my team, which is the Packers, I never went to go see them play. I don't know if they played. Did they play? No, we played the whole NFC South this year. I think last year we played the Commanders. But I need to catch them play again every time. Whenever they local or close, I need to catch them play. Like I need to start just catching them play, whether it's in Baltimore, DC, which is they supposed to be moving the damn Commanders out of fucking DC, but I mean they're gonna move to Virginia, like Northern Virginia, like Arlington or some shit like that. But excuse me. But yeah, they're gonna be when they come to Carolina. They came to Carolina this week, and we'll try to catch that. That's a nice little drive though. You know what I'm saying? I had to drive to Fayetteville first, because I was going to the game with a couple of friends from college, and two of them from Fayetteville. One of them I rode with to the game with their dad and stuff like that, and it was about a roughly 2.5 half hour drive. But I mean, if you put it all together, I technically drove 5 hours, but I wasn't trying to drive that whole 5 hours. That was a long ass drive. I mean, the three was cool when I drove. When I drove there, the three, I wasn't tired. Surprisingly, I wasn't like worn out and nothing like that. I guess it's just being used to driving because I drove to DC earlier this year. And I drove to DC back in December for a gig, and then so that Fayetteville drive wasn't that bad. So I was kind of like prepared. You know what I'm saying? I've been a little conditioned to stay awake during that drive. I mean, that was a little longer than any other drive I had this year. About 3.5 hours. Uh, three maybe a little more, about 3 hours and 45 minutes. But it took me through the back roads and all that other shit. Like I was worried. Like going there in the morning, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool cutting through them damn cornfields and stuff like that. But cutting through them shits at nighttime, nigga, hell nah. Like I was worried my shit was going. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I thought my shit was gonna pop a tire or it was gonna, you know what I'm saying? Something was gonna happen. Like something was gonna wear out in the engine or I mean, I take good care of my car better than my Nissan. At least, like you do a good oil change on your shit every 3,000, 5,000 miles, you be all right. You probably won't have too many fucking, you know what I'm saying, like maintenance issues. So I try to keep that shit up. But I've been traveling, yo, like, and then my tires, I need new tires because I can tell the treads are wearing off on them shits, especially the one on the right. So it's like I was a little worried about that shit. You know what I mean? Like I want to make this trip to Richmond too. I made a couple of trips up there this year, but it's like that shit. It should be straight. And I might have to go back to Fayetteville for a gig. But yeah, that ride at nighttime, that nighttime ride going back. I mean, I made it back. I had my music playing, the whole way. So I was straight. I ain't we had no fucking hiccups or nothing like that. I was just worried if I had to stop in the middle. I was gonna go straight to sleep. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna stay up and be on the bullshit. I was gonna go straight to sleep and just wait till the morning time come. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna stay up and try to find somewhere to go. I was gonna sleep. But if something got me at that time, something fucking got me. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna goddamn. Mm-mm. It was just gonna be a peaceful. If something was gonna happen, it was gonna be very peaceful. Somebody tell me, like, granted, like nobody, hopefully nobody's that damn crazy out there, but that's what I was worried about. So I ended up getting back to the crib safe. I got back at like 12:30. I left Fayetteville around 8 ish. Yeah, about 8:30, 8 o'clock. So that's about 4.5 hours. So I left Fayetteville maybe about 9. Yeah, 9:30. I got back at 12:30. So I got back at a decent time, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I got back. Man, yeah, I got back. I went straight to sleep. Ain't stay up, do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I just went straight to fucking sleep. Like fuck that shit. I won't stand up. But where these niggas at, man? Let me see. These niggas. Let's see. Oh boy. All right. So let me see real quick. Let's see if I can bring some people in. Bring people be fucking with shits. She probably about to sleep. Was her work day? I just want to see a motherfucker want to come on and speak their piece. So I'm scrolling through whatever, pull up chill on it tonight. Cause I ain't preparing nobody. I'd rather like prepare motherfuckers when they want to come on camera and speak their mind about certain shit instead of just doing it at random. It's kind of rude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, look, like I said, the trip was good. It was my first time seeing the Packers live in person. Uh, and I did want to see it during the Aaron Rodgers era. I had a chance, man. I could have went down there that time we played Atlanta when I was when they played the first time. That's when we lost by a field goal. The year we won the Super Bowl, this was like 12 years ago. Crazy thing is, like, damn, that shit seemed like yesterday. That game, I could have went to playoff games. We played them in the playoffs that same fucking year. That same year, though, I did go to an NFL game. I went to the Ravens and the Bengals with my dad, and that was a turning point. You know what I'm saying, for my team because we had to play the Bears to even get in the playoffs, and Bears were the division. They won the division that year, and we had to get in. We was the last team to get in. So this year is looking like the same thing. I don't think we Super Bowl contenders because like these niggas, they let a fucking 12 and 15 team keep up with them. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it's the pros, so you, every game should be quote unquote competitive. You know what I mean? But when the team got the losing record and shit, you know what I mean? It's like shouldn't be no competition. Granted, they were at home, so they had a lot of momentum, but it wasn't nothing but a sea of fucking Packers fans. Like it was a whole bunch of Packers fans in that shit. Like like a lot. I mean, after the game, niggas was cheering "Go Pack, go!" Like I didn't do it. I didn't want to throw salt in the wound. You know what I'm saying? I had already did because they were like, they would these motherfuckers gonna talk after the game, my friends and shit, because they Carolina fans and everything like that. They're like, yeah, because they know they suck, they know they trash. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, yeah, we did a good job against them. We did okay. And I'm sitting there snickering and laughing. I'm like, yeah, that's some shit you say when you lose. That's loser conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all tried, but y'all didn't try hard enough. I mean, the game. Okay, so it did get. We did let them come back. They was down 30-16 by the end of the third quarter, and then they came back. They came back. You know what I'm saying? They came back, uh, tied the game up. You know what I'm saying? But we came down, get the field goal. We had one call that was real close to being like taken back because if he ain't catch that ball or they ain't called that shit to catch, they would have been in a better position to score before us. Because that drive took us to score that field goal. I wish we'd have got a touchdown, but due to certain play calling, he was trying to run the clock out, which was I can understand. Like looking at it now, it's like run the clock out. You know what I'm saying? If we can run the ball in, cool. It ain't no need in passing the ball because each pass stops the clock. So there's no need to give them no more time. So, with about under 2 minutes left, just shit. The play clock is at it's 40 seconds each. So yeah, you each down, you know what I'm saying? Like you can get it down to almost 20 seconds for each down playing with the play clock if you know how to work the clock like that. So I can understand why he wasn't taking no risk and just trying to throw the ball in his zone because we was damn near the 30-yard line and shit like that. So we settled for a field goal. Field goal was good. Cool. 20 seconds. But I will say that after the first play, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers. Because they got a touchback, then it was on the 20, then he got the ball to the 40. Y'all pass on the sideline. Then the motherfucker got them pass to the 31. He got about 11 yard. No, another 20. It was another 20-yard pass. Because he got it down to the 31. But they didn't have no timeouts. They used all their timeouts like dummies. But they used all their timeouts. I mean, I guess they try to get some time, but they used all their timeouts. And however, they didn't get to hike the ball fast enough. They would have hiked the ball. He would have spiked it on time. They would have got a field goal off. You know what I'm saying? But my friend said it was like, we got a field goal, but he probably would have missed anyways. He had missed two. He did. He missed two 30 yards, extra points. He missed 2 extra points that game. That's another thing. Like, how the fuck these dudes be missing 30-yard extra points, but y'all making 50-yard plus field goals? Like, and the thing is, like, the 30-yard, these extra points be on either left or right hash, and then y'all miss them. But when the fucking ball be on a far right hash, and the wind's blowing all the way to the fucking if he's on the right hash, the wind's blowing to the left or to the right, you make the shit somehow, some way you make it from 50, 60 yards. It's like, it's kind of crazy to me. It's like, y'all should be making these 30-yard field goals. Like, usually those are just chip shots. Now, something from 50, 40, it's a little harder. I can understand that, but like 30, like what? Like, there's no way y'all should be missing these shits like at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking way. So I don't know. I don't understand this shit. Like, old boy missed 2 field goals, and these are extra points. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is supposed to get you an extra point. The NFL has been making this shit a little harder. I mean, it does make it interesting, but they've been making this shit a little harder for these field goal kickers. I guess somebody realized that on average they miss a certain amount of field goals from a certain yardage. So it's like, let's put a little more pressure on these guys instead of giving them the extra PAT from 5 yards or 15 yards. You know what I'm saying? Because the end zone adds another 10. And they might as well get rid of that fucking big ass hash mark in the middle. Like, nobody even kicks from that. They still paint that shit. I don't even understand that. Like, that big ass hash mark is still right there at the goal line. Or am I tripping? Maybe I haven't looked, but I could have sworn that big ass hash mark is still there. But they keep the PAT. And nobody kicks from there at all. Like, no. Unless it's a penalty, like, that's the only time they kick from there. We're never going to see a PAT that close ever again. Because most of these teams, when they're on 4th down, they're more than likely not kicking a field goal. They're going for that bitch. Like, I mean, why not? Like, well, what's the point? I mean, if you go for it, you at least giving them bad field position. If you kick it and you miss, you still give them bad field position. So you might as well just go for the shit. You know what I'm saying? The ball going to be marked right where it was when y'all left off, turnover on downs. Let's go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying? Just do that. Do that shit. So, yeah, but it was close. It was a close game. It was a good game. I'm glad we won. I didn't want to have to hear their mouths for the next year saying how they beat us and they was a trash team and then they gonna call my team trash. It's like, nah, bro. Nah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening, bro. No, sir. No, sir. You're not gonna call our team trash. And we came to your house and beat y'all. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Y'all came back because y'all were the home team. If y'all was in Lambeau, that shit would never happen because y'all would have been discouraged. Y'all would have never had that shit ever happen. And another thing, man. I think Jordan Love is a good quarterback. He can be a lot better. He comes out hot every time. But I think watching this game is like he was a lot better with Aaron Jones being back. Now, I missed last week's game, so I don't know if Aaron Jones came back at all. But Aaron Jones is way better running back than fucking A.J. Dillon. I do not like how that motherfucker runs, to be honest with you. Like, just watching him, he just always runs into a crowd of people. Like, why the fuck? Why are you running into a crowd of people? And, you know what I'm saying, the whole point. I don't like that shit at all. I don't like how running backs just be like, trying to knock motherfuckers over. It's like, no, get to the fucking end zone. Don't try to do all this power shit and then you end up getting your ass hurt and all this other crap. Just get to the damn end zone. Like, run away from everybody else. I can understand if you had gaps that you can slip through and everything like that. But ain't no need to try to knock motherfuckers over and try to power your way into them. Because eventually, the refs will call the whistle. And where you going to be at? Behind the goddamn line of scrimmage, fucking around doing that shit. So, cut that out. Like, I hate when running backs do that shit. Like, the big running backs, I hate it. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I'm not a football. I don't play football. Y'all might got a better understanding on why y'all do that shit. But from the looks of it, it's just a waste of time. Like, come on now. Go around. You know what I'm saying? The only time I can really understand is if you're trying to punch the ball in for 4th and 1, 4th and inches, 3rd and inches, 2nd and inches, 1st and inches. Anything with inches on the end, goal line, do that. Yeah, do that shit. QB sneak, something. But as far as like 2nd down and 7, man, cut that shit out trying to bulldoze through the line and shit like that. Because then you know what's going to happen? It's going to be 35 or 3rd and 7. Or worst case scenario, 3rd and 10. We back to where the fuck we started from. No. Run around, get as much yardage as you can, you know, and if you get to the end and you feel like you got to pop somebody to get through, okay, that's cool. But when you run the ball up the middle, stop trying to hit the goddamn nose guard and shit. Like, why? Why are you trying to hit the defensive end? He's going to win every time. Linebackers, corners, okay. But yeah, y'all niggas be trying to hit the defensive ends and shit. I don't like how, like I said, I don't like how AJ Dillon runs. But Aaron Jones, you know what I'm saying? He helped a lot. Got a lot of pressure off of Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love, he looked very decent. He ain't throw no picks, luckily for us. He ain't throw no picks at all. Nobody threw no picks. Nobody threw no picks. Bryce Young for Panthers, he looked pretty good. I mean, he's small, but he looked real good for his size. One thing I would say, let me think. I mean, he in the beginning of the game. He overthrew a few guys, and I think that was just through being anxious. You know what I'm saying? Like just being over anxious and stuff like that. Because a couple of them passes were definitely ones he could have took his time and just threw it right on the money. And those guys they would have took off because they got some good receivers. They seem young, like a young team. So I believe that they'll be a lot better the following years to come. I wouldn't. Next year they should be better. Probably the year after that, I think they'll be nice. I think they'll be like at least contending to get in the playoffs. People say the division, maybe, but they'll be nice. They'll be nice enough to at least try to get in the playoffs. They'll have a decent record, a winning record. 3, 4. As long as they keep that core, whoever the general manager is, as long as they keep that core team, they'll be straight. They'll be pretty straight. So that's my thing on that game. Fucking Ravens smacked the shit out of the 49ers. Smacked the fuck out because when I was watching with my brother. I was watching the game. These fools, the score was 5-2 or 3-2, whatever the hell, 5-10, and at halftime it was 16-12. The Ravens busted them motherfuckers wide open. They must have knocked them smooth because we missed again. We started sitting in the garage and we started, you know what I'm saying, talking, chatting it up. And but the Ravens started busting their ass. Brock Purdy looked terrible. Terrible. I don't know what the hell he had going on. I don't know if somebody told him to throw the game or do whatever, but he looked absolutely awful. Like awful. Like I mean, he got injured. I thought they took him out because he was stinking up the whole field. But he got injured. You know what I'm saying? So they took him out. I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep him as starting quarterback. They're not gonna do him like the Giants did DeVito this week. Because the Giants suck. Even though they beat us, but they suck. They're not gonna do him like that because he only won them 3 games straight. Whereas they had to put Tyrod. Tyrod played most of the season, and they had what's his name, Daniel Jones. Is that his name? Daniel Jones. They had him in, so he was. What I'm saying, they're struggling anyway. So it don't fucking matter who's the quarterback. You know what I mean? They still lost anyways. Um, but yeah, Brock Purdy looked bad. Lamar looked real good. Besides that trip play, like, come on, bro, you can't blame the ref too much. He was backpedaling. He was trying to get out your fucking way. You move so damn fast. Like, you gotta have feet. You gotta have feet of a damn NFL player to move and get the fuck out the way your ass move. You know what I'm saying? Could nobody I can understand why he tripped. I can understand why he fell because you were moving fast as fuck, bro. And you was backpedaling. You backpedaled at least about 10, 15 yards. Like you was going, you ran backwards. You didn't go south. You went fucking north like a motherfucker. East, you went all the way east into the fucking end zone. So you can't blame him for being in your way. I can understand. I'd have been pissed too because I think you did have a chance. Lamar Jackson had a very good chance of, uh, what I'm saying, making something happen. If the ref wasn't in the way, I think he would have been able to make a pass or at least run a certain amount of yards, which would have took a lot of energy. But he young, he good. He in the prime of his uh of his life where he can do shit like that. I don't know if little boy even a day over 25. I think Lamar Jackson's still under 25 years old. Let me see. How old is he? Let me see. Lamar Jackson. How old is he? Age. Oh, he is 25. He's over 25. 26. So he's 26 years old. All right. Still in the prime. Still in great shape. Great shape. Um, Speaking of which, I played basketball today. I mean, I don't feel bad, yo, for real, for real. I don't feel out of shape. I don't feel sore or nothing like that. Maybe a little after I said something on my ankle. A little. Nah, I don't hurt. Now that I got crossed and I just the running on that um on that court, you know what I'm saying? That material that it got kind of affected my ankle. But I feel good, yo. I won't wind it really. I mean, yeah, we was running up and down court because that game was kind of long. We kind of went into like a OT situation, because it's game go to 12, game go game go to 12. We tied up at 11, so it was like 13. It was going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? But they ended up going up one. I hitting a two, and then they hit another two after that. So they beat us. Unfortunately, I lost some little young niggas, you know what I'm saying, today. But it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel like I lose terribly because I was in shape, and none of them young niggas could really guard me like that. For real. I was like kind of holding back as far as like trying to make plays and score because I knew they couldn't. I knew they couldn't like really like check me. And I could tell the difference between the shape I was in because they were trying to like foul me and do all this other shit. It wouldn't affect me because I've been in the gym. I'm in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the weight room, so it doesn't fuck with me at all. Like none of that shit really fucks with me. I can see how I'm gonna see how it works when I play against guys maybe my age or maybe stronger than me and shit, and we'll see how effective the gym is. I feel great. You know what I mean? Like I feel I'm not like I don't got the body I necessarily want, but I, I got the strength that I need. You know what I'm saying? So, like my brother told me, I told him yesterday. I was like, yo, I do. You got to pull up a bar in the garage. So I was, oh shit, like what I'm saying. I be doing pull ups at the gym. How many can you do? I said, I probably can do 20 straight. He was like, oh, damn, you strong as fuck. I was like, yeah, I can do I probably can do 20. I gotta see though. Like I ain't done pull ups in probably about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. I ain't work out. It had been a minute since I worked out like fully. Like that shit took me out for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that shit had fucking it. I had to do the leg workout before Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden that night, that Thanksgiving night, yo, I felt sore as fuck in my leg. I thought it was a little stinger and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was just like my leg was just sore, and then it turned from being a sore leg to like feeling like that shit was like broke or strained or something was fucked up. Like I couldn't lift it. I couldn't do any workouts on it. I couldn't do a damn thing. I couldn't do shit. So I was like walking awkwardly. Like I was dragging my leg. It won't, the same. I couldn't move. I couldn't run. I couldn't walk fast. Like I couldn't do shit on that leg. I could barely sit on it. You know what I'm saying? The only time it would feel better is if I laid down on my back. And the next morning it'll just feel good. But that took damn near 3 weeks for that shit to really heal up. And today, I like low key fell on that bitch, and I felt the sting, but it didn't affect me to the point where I was just like ah. But and it was certain parts where I moved earlier today playing basketball where I was just like that shit just like I don't know it just stung. You know what I'm saying? It didn't it hurt. You know what I mean? I was like ah, and then it'll go away. I'm just like yo, I feel 60, 65 with this bitch. But I mean, like I said, I feel fine. You know, even afterwards, it doesn't. This shit don't even bother me no more. Like where the injury was and shit like that don't bother me. So I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with the whole entire. Cause like I said, I was running, playing defense, uh, offense, doing a whole bunch of shit. You know, I was kind of playing normally how I would play. And these are young cats. These boys. I mean, granted, like okay, some of them they were in high school. You know what I'm saying? Between ninth and I give them juniors. I don't know if any of them really played on the squad. I think they were all just like, they like to play. They all neighborhood cats. They want to run. So it wasn't like I was playing guys who were conditioned to play at a certain level. You feel me? I mean, maybe one or two, but even them, they weren't impressive. I played against way better like so it wasn't like that. It wasn't like I could see them going to college and playing ball or they played professionally or something like that. So versus them, I feel great. I feel good. We'll see. I might go out and play on Saturday and shit. Saturday morning with the homies at Davis Middle School. Y'all niggas need to come out. Cause I know y'all niggas don't come out and hoop or nothing like that. Y'all don't wake up early enough, but niggas need to come out and ball with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, ball. I ain't like this is my first time hooping since shit. Last time I hooped. I ain't hooped since before this. Damn, probably since August, yo. August was the last time I played basketball. August was the last time I played basketball. Granted, I do go to the gym and I shoot around. I was shooting around for a long time, but I was just playing around. But because it was getting cold and shit, so I was like iffy about what days. Granted, today, like I said, today was like kind of cool. But when you work out and you start gaining muscle and stuff like that, the cold don't affect you at all, really. Like talking about it. So I've been gaining muscle over the past. When I started working out back in May, June. So I've been gaining a lot of muscle, and that's been protecting me against the cold. Unlike before, like the cold air, it'll just like right through my skin. I'm shivering, got hypothermia and all this other bullshit. I go out now, I can, I don't have to have too many layers on, but I prefer to have layers. Like at a game, I was hot as fuck. I thought it was gonna be cold, but it was like 67 degrees. I was still good though. But or like tonight though, I just had a hoodie on, t-shirt under. I'd be good. Typically, I would have to have a hoodie, a jacket, and maybe a long sleeve. You know what I'm saying? For me to be warm. Even when the weather was like around 33 or something like that, I didn't have to have a big jacket on. I could walk outside. Actually, the cold was like feeling good. It wasn't even on some shit where I was like shivering. I was like, now I can't stand out there for hours. You know what I'm saying? Like hours at a time. But just walking out back and forth, maybe staying outside for like 30, 45 minutes. Yeah. I could do that. But like as far as like 2 or 3 hours maybe, nah, I be froze. I've been froze by that time, I can't do that shit. But like I definitely felt great. Um, as far as saying, definitely felt great as far as like what am I trying to say? I just felt good after working out. So make sure I go work out, man. Muscles keep you warm. Muscles definitely keep you. I mean, just like fat. I mean, fat keeps you warm too, but you don't want to be fat. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to do that shit, bro. But yeah, yo. Damn, where was I? I was going somewhere with this shit afterwards. After I was talking about that hooping. What I said about hooping. Um, yeah, I had a couple of niggas on. Yeah, yo, I still feel like I'm in pretty decent shape. I'm not in shape to keep up with the fucking pros. I haven't been smoking either all year, so like I do feel good enough to run. I want to start running around the block because that one lap I think is about a mile or maybe two from my house around Turnberry, Jefferson to Denby, back to Patrick Henry. That's about more than a mile, probably about two or three going around the whole block. So I want to do that once, at least every day, or once a week. Start off slow. I gotta do it every day. I could just, every week, just keep my wind up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be one of them niggas at 50 years old. I'm out of shape. I'm fat. I can't move. I can't do nothing. I'm not trying to be like. I mean, at 40, I still want to be like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? LeBron was still able to play, or like, I want to be like Mahmoud Muhammad, Chris Jackson. I want to be like him, where he was just able to um, still play. I don't want to be one of those guys. I don't want to be like Chuck. Chuck is out of shape, and it's very disappointing because it's like, nigga, you were like one of the niggas I didn't think would ever lose, win, or nothing like that. But now this nigga's like low key out of shape. Probably got a gut. He was embarrassed to take. No, I mean, I don't want to see him do it, but like, it's not a yearn to see him or nothing like that. But it's like, nigga, you was scared to show off, what I'm saying, your other tattoos and take your shirt off at cold as balls and everything like that. Kevin still, he looks great, you know what I'm saying? Will Smith, The Rock, all the niggas. Nigga, this nigga's out of shit. He doesn't lift weights at all. I don't know why the fuck this nigga hates to work out. Don't know why, but whatever. But yeah, I'm not trying to be like that, bro. I'm trying to be like in shit. I'm trying to be like on some The Rock. I'm trying to be like The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Not Hulk Hogan, The Rock. Still look amazing. Michael J. White. Still, what I'm saying, look good. Pecs, abs, all that shit. Still trying to look how I look right now, as long as I can. I'm not trying to be, what I'm saying, looking old. I want motherfuckers to be like, how old is this nigga? You know what I mean? Like, how old are you for real? For real? Are you? You know, I think these niggas probably thought I was about 20 on the court. 23, 24 at the oldest. But, but no, I'm 33 years old, and I want people to still continue to think that I'm young, even though it does in my face look like I'm old. But I've been drinking today, so you can't tell. I was a little glossy. But yeah, you know, it's $2 Tuesdays, tequila, Nostalgia Lounge. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go ahead and try to check that place out. It's pretty nice. They redid it. It's not triple effects no more. Shit, I've been going off on a tangent. I had some shit I wanted to talk about with the guys. Let's see. Let me see what I got here. No, that's not what I want to talk about. No, no, not the Simpsons. I found a couple of things like the Center alerts public government spy on smartphone users via push notifications. Push notifications. So those are notifications that come from apps telling you, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with the app. If you got somebody hitting you up on your, like, say if you're on Facebook, somebody commented, somebody liked your shit, somebody loved it, or um, it notifies you about when somebody else posts, you know, things of that nature and shit like that. But the government is using that to look at what the fuck you doing. Now, I didn't probably say this shit before on here. I'm not surprised by that shit. My take on that is I think they've been doing that. It's just been called out. They've finally been called out on it. Uh, so, you know, it's out in the paper and letting people know that the government has been spying on you. But I think this whole entire thing, this whole entire time has been these phones that they got us using is basically for them to spy on us. Yes, the it's, you know, what we've been seeing for the past few years. If you talk about things such as um what the fuck, I remember one time we was talking about mayonnaise. Well, my boss was telling me he was talking about mayonnaise, and all of a sudden the phone started giving ads about mayonnaise. It's like, how in the, what coincidence is that I'm getting mayonnaise? So like ads, you know, when you talk about certain things, you know, you start seeing ads for those certain things, like they secretly listening to you. The algorithms are working in your favor. Based on wherever you go, those algorithms are showing you certain shit that you like. They're getting to know you personally based off of what you search and what pages you go to. Been doing that shit for years. I mean, not even just on some worldwide web shit, but just like I said, smartphones. They've been looking. This is a plan that's been implemented for years. It's just been slowly cooked. You know, it's not something that they just gonna be like, you know, you're gonna catch on to. But they've been slowly been trying to do this shit. You guys realize that most of the technology we get, we don't get it. The citizens of America, the normal average citizen of America, does not get it first. It's always the military who gets it first, and then it's the civilians. And even I believe at a level of what kind of financial situation you're in. If you're rich, you're gonna see this before a broke nigga or a person who has low income. Just because off of your income, you're able to have access to certain things and see certain technologies before anybody else can. I'm pretty sure the chip has been around way longer than what we know on a credit card. They've probably been using that shit in certain areas in like LA, New York, Atlanta, Houston, Miami, maybe even DC. So all this shit it's just a plan. You know, I remember when I worked at one company, they was like, all this stuff has been planned out. This older dude was saying it. Brian is about 60 something years old. He was just like, you know, these cell phones, they were already planning on giving you these kind of cell phones. This all started with, you know, trying to advertise them, the design of them, making them look cool and have people. They have to have an aesthetic to it, so they just the design is what caught people's eyes, and then what you can do with them is also what sold people on it too. So it's like we were saying that all the stuff that they say about it, the good stuff, they had to make you want to buy it in order for you, in order for them to have you use it in your daily life, and so they can look at what the fuck you got going on. So yeah, this is this these devices were already planned out before to even know they were coming out. You know, and everybody's. I mean, all this stuff that does come out, they're always ages ahead. You know what I'm saying? These certain things that come out, they're always playing 5, maybe 10 years ahead of me coming out. It's just they got to figure out a way to make it happen to execute the plan. So, you know, and interesting enough, I was on Off World Selmer's live talking about that shit. And he was just like, you know, well, this is in regard to something else, but it kind of ties into he said, you know, the content creators try to make the consumers feel dumb or less than. It's like they already know what it is they give it to you, and it's true. They do already know. They know for sure. I gave them the example of like Stephen A. Smith being part of the media, and it's like he knows what he spews out is barely half of what he knows about the situation. But they follow a certain code where they don't give you everything right then and there. It just works over time. Then they start giving you the full information and all that stuff. Like, granted, we're in the age of information right now, but even still, the information you're getting, there's always more to the story, depending on who you are. Like, if you're like a Steve Mason, if you're a journalist, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get some of this information first before the public really reaches it. Or if you're rich, you're financially off, you got connections, you know, you're gonna get all this shit first. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the government spying on us, that's not a surprise. I'm sure somebody's probably looking at this live right now. Like, who does this motherfucker think he is talking about this shit? Let's see. These are the top 10 most popular AI tools of 2023. AI is getting fucking crazy. Of course, you know, y'all know that Chat GPT is probably the top AI tool ever. So that's no question about that. We'll get into that another time. The one article I didn't want to talk about was, can dumb phones solve our tech addiction? The rise of dumb phones, a digital detox solution. So I'm gonna read little parts of this article. Probably talk about it. Mobile phones were originally designed to keep us informed and connected, but the dominance of smartphones has led to technology controlling our lives. According to recent data, the average U.S. adult spends over 7 hours a day glued to their handheld screens. However, Americans are now seeking a way to break free. What are the benefits of using the dumb phone for the mental well-being, focus, and productivity? I just want to say, like, 7 hours a day is kind of wild. 7 hours a day is a whole work day. It's a work day. It's like you're on your phone throughout work, and 1 hour, for 1 hour, you actually buckle down and work. Whether that's the first hour, the second, third, whatever, 1 hour, you buckle down and work. So 7 hours is wow. That's crazy. 7 hours a day. Okay, so from constant distractions and addiction caused By smartphones, this has given a rise to a new trend known as quote unquote dumb phones, which are basic mobile phones that prioritize essential functions such as calls, messages, while eliminating all the unnecessary features and apps that over, I mean, that consume our time and attention. So the dumb phones, they're going to be kind of like flip phones that we used back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s. Um, and probably won't even have a camera on it. You know what I'm saying? It's probably just going to be for the normal thing. And that's probably what all we need is just making calls. We need to go back to calling people. I mean, shit, we don't even need to be texting motherfuckers no more for real. Because, I mean, I used to like text, but now I'm starting to like the phone calls because it's like instant reaction, instant, text. You can kind of be a little savvy and tactic with whatever you want to say. So I'm getting to the point where it's like, okay, I would like to, cause it's like a real interaction. It's live. You know what I'm saying? Unlike texting is like, you can either have tact in what you say, or you can just leave that person in limbo in your response. You don't have to respond so quick. You can just respond at any time, any day, whenever. I mean, it's convenient for that when you're busy and stuff like that. But I mean, these days it's like if you got, let's say if you're dating somebody, if you're interested in them, you want to talk to them, you don't just want to be texting them all day. Like calling them, getting all that conversation stuff like that out is cool. You know what I mean? Texting all day kind of just makes it seem like they're always in your face. So, also the concept of dumb phones may seem counterintuitive in today's highly connected world where smartphones have become an indispensable part of our daily lives. We use them for everything, checking emails, social media, to watching videos and playing games. Now, the last part, watching videos and playing games, I'm a victim of. I play games and all that shit on my phone. I watch a lot of videos. I don't know. I'm becoming a visual. I mean, I'm becoming a more mentally stimulated person through like reading and stuff like that. But I do watch. I like visual. I mean, I've always been like a visual person. Like I always liked consuming and television and stuff like that. So I'm definitely one of those playing games. I'm playing games on my phone, but I play for money. Um, so, however, this constant connectivity has its drawbacks, and people are starting to realize the detrimental effects it has on their well-being. Yeah, it does, man. Especially when you're in front of people and they be on it. We be on our phones in front of each other. Like parties ain't the same no more. Whereas like you're more focused on the music being played rather than being distracted by your phone, or just things that goes on. You could be distracted. You can look down at your phone 1 minute, another minute you're like, you got a fight happening next to you, or you miss somebody that walked past you that you think is attractive or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like shit, like little shit. You know what I'm saying? Or you just miss an important part. You could be watching the game at the bar, but then you're on your phone, and then you miss a part of the game. I mean, that's still TV, but you miss it because you on your phone. Like so, or just like being at a real game and you're on your phone because maybe there's a little dry spell, and then you miss something that happens in the game. You know what I mean? So it, we need to be a little more aware and alert of what's going on. Studies have shown that excessive smartphone use can lead to mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, and decreased productivity, i.e., social media. People comparing their lives to other people and shit like that when they be on their phones. You know what I'm saying? They're not in a good space at that time mentally. And they're like, damn, like, I've been a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? And, but you can't allow other people's lives because certain things like money, they come and go. You know what I'm saying? So maybe one day you'll have it, maybe you won't. The constant notifications, the never-ending scrolling, and the pressure to always be available or present on social media platforms. See, look, have created a sense of FOMO. FOMO. I heard Kanye West use this word FOMO. Fear of missing out, and an increased need for validation through likes and comments. Yeah, I ain't gonna get into that. We can talk about that next time. FOMO. it has a vicious cycle that is difficult to break. Yep. Because I definitely know after I get off this shit, I'm gonna be on Instagram. I mean, granted, I like Instagram, but I'm not getting on Instagram for attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want some attention type shit. Or like trying to, I've seen people be posting nowadays. Like, I used to want to post and have like little debates and shit, but I see people doing it all the time now. Like, all the time. Like, niggas want to like debate or they just want some kind of drama and conflict because they alone. And that shit is weird. Like, it's man weird. Me personally, I mean, maybe they got different ways of doing it so they can figure out what people are thinking. But me personally, I always do it because I want to see what people are thinking. It's not because I want my own shit. Like, I even do it when I go out. Sometimes I'll be asking motherfuckers what they think about certain things. But yeah, that shit is getting kind of crazy now. Like, I always see, like today, man, I'm seeing people post certain things about certain genders, and it's just looking kind of crazy. It's like, all right, man, we didn't got over. I thought we didn't got past this whole gender war shit, but it just keeps coming up. Like, certain shit just always keep coming up, and that's just a vicious cycle in itself because what it's doing is just separating us from each other, especially within our community. It's not affecting. Doesn't seem like it's affecting the other communities. Granted, I'm not in these communities or cultures like talking about it, so I don't know. But it just seems like with us, it's always some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Always some bullshit, and it just looks bad when one of us, regardless if it's male or female, are talking about each other in a certain light. I have my frustrations with females, but I learned to understand and accept the certain things that they like or do. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the joints that be on here talking about saying shit about niggas, they don't affect me because these are not the girls I'm going after. So if these, I mean, and most of the girls, I mean, I haven't gotten into a serious conversation with a lot of chicks about this, but they don't seem to really give a fuck. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to this argument. I know this some bitch ain't die. God damn. Yeah. Nah. All right, hold on, man. Let me see something. Shit, I've been up here for about an hour. I ain't died. Just acting slow. How the fuck this shit go from 8% to 11% off of one charge? All right. Let's see. Oh, see, look. I went to fucking Instagram as soon as that shit popped up. I wish I would have saw that. uh, uh, let's see. Can phones, um, that article. Let's see. I got a little more time to get off in a few minutes. I got to go to work in the morning. Uh, let's see. Where was I at? Mobile experience. Nope. Past that. Past that. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good diet. Another benefit of dumb phones is the impact on mental health by disconnecting from. Yeah, users can experience a sense of relief and relaxation. And also a digital detox, giving the brain a much needed break from overstimulation and constant multitasking associated with smartphones. This can help reduce stress levels, improve sleep quality, and enhance overall mental well being. Dumb phones also promote better focus and productivity with fewer distractions. Users can concentrate on important tasks, whether it's studying, working, spending quality time with loved ones, without the temptation of social media and constantly bombarded with notifications. Yeah, yeah, we need that. We need to be able to stimulate our minds a lot differently. More so being creative. Our dumb phones may not be suitable for everyone. They serve as a reminder that we have control of our relationship with technology. Instead of letting it dictate our lives, we can choose to use it consciously, selectively. Dumb phones offer an alternative that allows individuals to strike a balance between the benefits of technology and the need for personal well-being. Yeah. So, hey, look, if y'all ain't read this article yet, man, I suggest y'all go read it. It's pretty interesting. What it talks about with technology. I mean, granted, if you haven't seen the social experiment, it kind of touches on shit like this, but it doesn't come up with a solution on how can we solve because, with the rise of smartphones and social media and all this other stuff, it's like getting progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. And it affects not just the generations who are able to afford and use it, the adults, it affects the younger generation. So it's like, how are they going to adapt to this society that we created? It's always the older generations that create a certain society. The younger generations, they kind of are presented to. Excuse me, sorry, bird, but they kind of like it's like normal for them. All this stuff is like really normal. For us, it's like okay, we're creating it, we're adjusting to it, we're living through it and everything like that. But some of this shit is like normal. Like for me, like when I was a kid, video games that was normal living for me. Playing it for hours that was just normal. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a normal thing until I realized that it's not a normal thing. Being on video games all day is not really. I mean, they made it normal now, but back at that time, it's not really the normal thing to do. It has an effect on you and stuff like that because you start developing a need for uh, immediate gratification when you play video games and shit like that. You start to get impatient, and also I had the internet too, so things that you can find were you be overly stimulated at that time. Like, but you're not stimulated; it's magnified now. It's way more magnified. You got video games, social media, TV, and a plethora of other things. So, I mean, definitely on a smartphone. You know what I'm saying? You do a whole bunch of shit on a smartphone. Cause like even like you can have your YouTube up on a smartphone, listening or watching to a video at the same time, going on Twitter, going on Instagram, and looking at a video, and then playing your fucking video game all at once, all at one time. Whereas I didn't have it like that. You know what I'm saying? It was either I was watching TV or playing video games, one thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? This shit's way worse. But that is it for now, yo. We'll be back next week. Next week will be the new year, 2024. Hopefully, I'll see y'all in the new year. Hopefully, see everybody here in the new year. So, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tuned in, if you didn't, you missed out. You missed out. Hey, look, just go ahead and find us on YouTube. Here on Instagram, of course. We're gonna be on YouTube, and you know, what I'm saying, continue to fuck with us. You know what I mean? Once again, I'm your host, DJ Stu Infinity. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Anything Under the Sun. Y'all be blessed and